Hi, Coach.
Hi, Cindy.
Onjan.
I'm good. Thanks for yourself.
I'm good. Thank you for joining me in this first
So
episode
excited.
of conversations about training and
Yeah.
development. And before we even get to it, I just wanna acknowledge and appreciate the fact that the industry is back.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been a
Yeah.
hard two
I'm
years.
so grateful.
We are so grateful to be back, and things are opening up again. It's been a very quiet 2 years, and we both, you and I, did different things,
Yeah. Yeah.
and some of us had to find other things to do
Mm.
until things come back. And yeah, going forward, we'll have conversations about what is going on in the industry, and hopefully, get some people back up,
Yeah. And
who
also, and
kind
also,
of,
and also, and also get more people into because the industry needs
yeah, new
new faces and new
faces.
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we decided to have these conversations, because uh, the work that we are doing is going to be needed more than before
It is
because the world has been
needed.
turned upside down. Things are no longer the same. So teams in companies and organizations have been, turned upside down by COVID. Retrenchments. People were retrenched. People have lost trust in leadership. People need direction, man.
Yeah.
So that's why we decided to do have these conversations to add value into the industry and to
Yeah.
create an industry, because one of the things that happened during COVID is that we got to realize that there is no industry.
Hey,
even the government, there was
hey,
no.
we're not being
We are
recognized.
not
Who
being
are
recognized.
you? Yeah.
So we want to start a conversation, because if you're a manager, if you're a supervisor, even if you're a parent,
Yeah.
you need to be part of these conversations,
Yeah.
because we're talking about coaching, we're talking about mentorship, we're talking about training, we're talking about developing people. We are constantly developing people. If you're a parent, you're developing a child. You gotta mentor that child. You gotta coach that child. If you are a team, if you're a supervisor, you're a team leader, we all of us,
Yeah.
as much as they are
It's
consultants,
connected.
it's connected. As much as they are consultants, people who are doing it, but we are constantly coaching and mentoring and training and developing.
And now the industry is a. You remember that time where they said during lockdown that if you are an essential, you could go to work. Now we are the essential.
Essentially, yep.
Training and development industry is the
Essentially,
essential
yeah,
in
yeah,
this new
yeah,
normal that
yeah,
we are
yeah,
in. Because everybody is scattered.
yeah.
People have started new jobs that they didn't used to doing. Some people have never done jobs that they are doing
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and the adjustment is a little bit harder.
And some of the jobs don't exist anymore.
Some of the jobs don't exist anymore, and we're so lucky and so privileged
Yeah,
that
yeah.
our jobs still
It's
exist
about
in
to get
our
loose
work.
in our world. It's about to get loose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is why we're here, and this is why we're having these conversations now. So let us get into it.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So now, if I'm coming into in this industry, I want to consult, or I am a consultant, just came back from
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And a company approaches me to come do a team building, to
Mm.
come talk to those new staff members.
Yeah.
How do I charge? What do I consider when I charge?
Okay, so the first thing that you need to consider is this. So when they call you, they are calling you to solve a problem. So if you're a motivational speaker, they want you to come and motivate it. The team is demotivated, so there's a
Yeah.
problem. So they're calling you to demotivate to motivate the team. The team is
Yeah.
demotivated. So if they call you as a team builder, they are calling you because the team is dysfunctional. There's
They
no
want you
trust
to
in the team. They
rebuild.
want you to rebuild. Yeah. But
Yeah.
so the first thing that you need to understand is that when they call you, they are calling you to solve a problem. So when they call you, the first thing that you discuss is not the money. You don't talk money.
No.
You talk solutions. So you need to ask questions, unpack the problems. You understand that? So because why am I saying this? Because most of the time the people that approaches us are not the decision makers when money is concerned. Some of them are general workers in that particular organization. Some of them are supervisors
Or
or
head of
HR,
department.
head of department. They are not the money people and
They're
stuff.
not finance.
They're not finance. So finance is
Yeah,
the guy creates the
yeah.
money. So you need to understand. So you want to partner with them. You want to walk the journey with them. You want to create. You want to discuss a solution.
Yeah.
Once you discuss a solution, the money conversation becomes easy. Because this person you need to empower this person to go and speak on your behalf to the
Yeah.
money people,
Yeah.
person.
And we hardly meet the finance guy.
Oh, we don't meet those
Oh
guys.
no, we don't meet that
those
guy.
guys.
Those,
yeah,
even
yeah,
those
yeah.
guys are not coming to the team
No,
building.
those guys are key. Those guys are key.
Exactly.
Those are the guys. So when they approach you, you need to know that the real conversation here is with the money guy.
Yeah.
So you need to have a conversation, make it easy for this person to go and sell, your proposal, because you need to co-create proposal with the person that approaches you. So your mindset should be solving the problem. So asking key questions, unpacking the problem with the client, and then propose multiple solutions with different price tags.
Yes, man.
Propose different solutions with
For different price tags.
price tags.
So now I'm not even touching on the rates yet.
No,
I'm touching on the solution.
The
So
solution, yeah.
basically, what for this problem that you have?
A
These are
client a client doesn't care about how much you charge.
Oh.
A client comes to you so that you can solve their problem.
As long as you are able to solve that problem.
Yeah. Because if you talk rate, you like they call you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You say when okay now I charge 5K for a team building. Only to find out they had budgeted 20,000.
Ooh, so you undercharge them.
Exactly.
And it happens.
Exactly. So you charge based on a solution that you're going to bring to an organization. So we need to move away from this thing of having a flat rate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that thing of having a
Yeah.
flat rate. Because the client doesn't care about your rate.
Yeah.
They care about you solving their problem.
Or sometimes you overcharge only to find out that the problem doesn't even require
Exactly.
and some of the companies know that.
Exactly.
Because also some of the companies have they've started a process
Yeah.
before they got to this team.
That's why when you're having a conversation, you ask those kind of
Yeah,
things. Have you
what
done
have
a
you
process?
done?
What have you
Yeah.
done? You understand the nature of your problem. You understand that, so that you can understand which angle are you going to take
Yeah.
in tackling this issue.
Yeah.
Which is very important. When they come to you, don't think that you are the first person that they've approached. They've
Yeah.
done processes before, but maybe they want something unique based on what
Yeah.
they've heard or what they've seen on your social media. Yeah.
That's very powerful.
Yeah.
Do you have a third one for us?
In terms
Or-
of-
like in terms of the recommendations, because now you also mentioned like the solution.
Yeah. And also when you are starting out, unfortunately you will have to work for free
Eish.
to build your brand.
Okay.
When you're starting out, you will have to work for free.
Or work for little money.
Or little money and stuff. And also even if you're established, there are times whereby you will have to work for free.
Yeah.
One of my mentors said that if you are going to do it for free, because also you want to build a relationship.
Yeah.
Do it for free, but send them invoice.
Oof.
If you charge a 10K, you do it for free and then you send them invoice at
And a 10K.
10,000 discount.
Like,
100% discount.
This is how much you would have paid.
Because this is what happens. If you don't do that, you're going to kill it.
Oh.
And they're going to come to you, they're going to come to the person that asked you to
Recommended you.
recommend it. And say, that guy killed it. How much does that person charge?
And no one knows.
No one knows. And now if you don't give them that 100% discounted invoice, they will say, no, that person was free.
Ooh.
And now like when people come to you, they come to you expecting you to do it for free. So you there are times whereby you will do it for free for the sake of a relationship.
Yeah.
You want to build a relationship, but there's a way of doing it.
And sometimes you already have that relationship. It's maintaining
and
that
stuff.
relationship.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, so like as we consult, you build a reputation with the client, and the client trusts you enough to give you even bigger jobs.
Yeah.
But now there's those jobs you're like, oh, maybe the finances this year.
For example,
are not
so probably companies company is going through hard time, but
after COVID,
but they will recover eventually.
Yes.
So it's about a relationship, man. So when they approach you, in your head you need to think relationship. How do you build a relationship? It's a give and take.
It's a give and take.
You don't only take relationships. Sometimes you have to give. So so you need to approach the invoicing part, with that mindset that I'm building a relationship with these people.
So now when do I invoice? Because now I have spoke to the person and now the person is saying, okay, this is my problem and I'm coming up with these solutions. When am I getting to the money part?
The money part, you first of all you send a code that
Okay.
needs to be approved
Yes.
before you send the invoice. So there's a difference between a code and invoice.
Oh,
that's
hello.
that's a conversation for another day. There's a
Yeah.
difference between a quotation and invoice.
And invoice.
You know, yeah. So we'll run the trainings, man, on these things. Whereby
Yeah.
we'll go deep. How do you, write it,
How do you
create
quote?
invoice, the tax issues and all of that.
Yeah.
So so you will have a conversation meeting with your client, then you'll ask questions, you'll hear the problem, then you'll go back, you do research. This is the things that we people don't think about when they charge as well.
Yeah.
The time, because the meeting,
The planning, the
meeting. So when you meet with the
time.
client,
Hey,
that's time.
meetings.
Because we're selling time. You meet with the client, sell time, and then you go research. Sometimes you will need people to assist you with the research.
Yeah.
Then you need to consider that when you charge, and then you put together a proposal
Yeah.
with your profile and the profiles of the people that you're going to be
Yeah.
working with.
And
then
sometimes
together-
you even have to put on the program.
the program as well, yes.
Yeah.
So, because as I'm saying, look, you are making it easy for this person to go talk with the decision makers, with the
Yes,
money
yes,
people.
yes.
So you do that, send those things, and then the client will come back, and it sometimes they will accept it, or it will be a back and forth conversation.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, in your head, you need to always consider the fact that, but don't undervalue yourself.
Yeah.
It's a tricky situation and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why it's very important that you get a mentor, someone that has been doing this thing for a very long time, to give you pointers. But at the back of your mind, you need to know that I'm building a relationship with these people. I want them to call me back again. It's not about taking that money on that first encounter. You want to, to come back and do more jobs.
And I know this can also be kind of intimidating, especially for someone. Let's say you're receiving you are so used to being hired by another company to do the work, right? And there's a standard rate, and we know most of the companies have a standard rate, and this is what we can offer you, and then most of us agree to it, right? Especially when you're starting out. But now when you have a client that comes directly to you, sometimes it's intimidating to to take that leap. It looks like a complicated thing to do in certain instances. Now you're like, I don't wanna say a lot because I don't wanna freak them out.
Oh, I don't want to say that. Yeah, I don't want. They will run away.
Yeah, they will
Also
run
because-
away, and I'm
also
afraid to negotiate.
you have to, because some clients have money.
Yeah.
And some not some clients, people generally, they associate value with the price.
Yes.
The reason why people don't go to Pep, they don't wear Pep clothes, because they are cheap.
Yeah.
The reason why people go to Gucci and other clothes, some of these clothes, it's not even quality. People like say, it's quality. No,
Yeah.
no.
Sometimes it's the name.
It's just the
right?
name, the price and stuff. So sometimes you would lose the job because of how much you charge.
Oh yes.
You lose the job because when you said you charge 1,000 an hour, and yet when they normally pay 10,000 an hour.
Oh.
So they associate the price. So it's a trick.
So
it's a trick.
they're like, okay, cool. Since you're charging 1,000, then it's not
It's
value
not
to
value.
us.
It's not value.
So you give us
So
mediocre,
it's
basically.
very important to do research as well, because it's the person that you are going to date. You are going to get into a relationship with this person. So get to know the client.
Get to know the client.
Find out who the people that you have worked. That's why it's very important for you to be humble when you're doing this
Yeah.
work. If you are new in that space, talk to someone that has done the work before. Like, how much did you charge? It's very important to to consider that. But again, it's a very tricky thing, because again, if you're gonna charge 10K, you gotta throw it down hard.
Oh yes.
So you don't want to
Because
charge.
the expectations now are high.
You don't want to go into a space because Usinetemba charges this amount. You go in because it's not about that.
Just imagine me saying now that I'm asked to come to do a 1 hour team building, and I'm saying, guys, it's gonna be 5K an hour. Like I'm overcharging, but I'm gonna under deliver, because even the time
Yeah.
won't allow me to deliver that much. So I think also us also being realistic in those things as well, that our value, as much as we're saying this is how much I'm gonna charge. Is it doable in that time? Am I going to be able to deliver the value that
That's
I've
why
promised?
that conversation is very important, because sometimes clients don't know what they want.
Yes.
So they will
true.
want you to do a touch and go, like an hour.
Yeah.
That's why in that conversation, because we are discussing value and impact. If you want to achieve X amount, these results, unfortunately, cannot be done within an hour. How about we do? Because you talk with the client, because they don't know. Because most of the time, some of the most sometimes the person that approaches you for a team building is the actual problem.
Yeah.
Is the problem?
Oh,
Is
I've
the
had
is
that.
the reason why the team is dysfunctional.
Exactly.
So they come to you like looking for solutions for a problem that they've
That
caused.
they've
So you
caused.
want to have those conversations like, what is your
Yeah.
capacity in the organization? Because uh, because sometimes the person that approaches you to come and solve the problem is the one.
And I think this is why it's important for you as a person, as a professional, and also as a business now, as a consultant, to be able to be up and honest with the client and say, in those negotiations, that I need so much time because there's so many things to figure out, especially if the first time client, you've
Yeah.
never worked with these people, then to feel pressured that, oh no, today it's Wednesday, Friday the team building needs to happen, and you can see in this whole thing that there's a lot. Maybe the person is the problem, but now they want to tick boxes because some people want to tick boxes that is done because HR said we must have it, don't.
Yeah.
So now it's done.
Last minute, and then
Last minute.
because when if you fail, if you under prepare or you fail to prepare, when
It's
you
on
flop,
you.
when you flop, it's on you. It's on you.
not on them.
It's not on them. It's a
Yeah.
personal problem. So it's very important to tell the client that it's not doable.
Yeah.
But now if you discuss money, you understand, you won't get to those kind of
Yeah,
conversations. You
true.
won't get
because
there.
now you've put money, up front. Now you're unable to say now, hey, this was not supposed to be a 1 day. This was supposed to be a camp.
You are a professional. They're coming to you. You are a professional. You know what time it is.
Yeah.
You know what time it is. So you need to have that confidence that they're coming to you. They're coming to a professional. This is the best way to do this thing. You need to be
Yeah.
bold because you are a professional. It's not about the ego. It's about being.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey. And you know, like just in closing, and I think a lot of things in the industry, especially just as facilitators, whether we're coming up or we are seasoned, being bold is just part of it. We are required to be bold at some point, and but then it's not ego, like what you just said now, to separate the ego from being bold, because it affects your work at the end of the day. If you didn't say something with the client, they have expectations of something else. So now there's been
Relationship again, honest.
Yeah.
Honest. All the
Honesty.
all the recipes that are needed in maintaining a romantic relationships. The same relationship. It's the same principles that apply in a business relationship, because you gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Gotta be,
And even if now you're coming from COVID and you know that you haven't had money in a long time, having those principles, it will also help you to go a long way, because now
Okay.
this is where people are more careful to being ripped off.
Yeah.
And this is more time where people are going to exploit certain situations, because it's like everyone wants money at this point. We're all recovering from this.
and they're gonna trust you. They're gonna trust you because, like people are aware that everyone needs money now,
Yeah.
because we're coming from COVID. So when you say to a client that, guys, it cannot be done this way, or it's not possible to do it this way,
How
that,
about?
you are building a trust. They get to
Yeah.
trust you about, you know what you're talking about.
Expertise.
You are an expert in what you do. So you want to play the long game when you are doing this, because you want to build the relationships that are gonna keep on, recurring business. You don't want to do it once and then
They forget about you.
about you. So it's very important that you.
Well, thanks, Coach. This was a very, very, very fruitful conversation. I hope that whoever is listening, guys, you're going to consider these things. Money, it is important, but at the end of the day, the value comes first. And this is how you secure the bag, by putting the value first and then the money. Yeah. We'll see each other and we'll talk again, have another conversation some other time.